Greetings, friends, from a foggy, cloudy, dreary day here on the homestead. How are things where you are? How are you handling as pretty much the whole world is going into self-isolation and quarantine right now? For us here, it's not too different. We spend most of our days here on the homestead. I usually only leave the homestead about twice a week, so it's not a huge difference for us, but still an adjustment. And one of the things we're adjusting to right now is our sales from our restaurants. They have become non-existent as far as what we're able to sell. As far as the produce that I have on my homestead to the restaurants, they have shut down. But our CSA and direct-to-customer sales are going up, thankfully. And in fact, one of the small grocery stores that we sell duck eggs to them. They told me they had the most sales this past week that they have ever had in their time of being open. So it's pretty interesting. Well, things are growing here. The worms are moving around and out. And right now, things are starting to grow at a faster rate. We're growing, and with everything that's going on, my goal is to continue to grow more and more food. It's inspired me to take things up, to take it up a notch, take it to the next level, just do more, grow more, and so that way we have more. But as I share these different things with you all on the channel here, I don't do so in boasting. I know here recently some YouTubers have come across as boasting with all this going on and what they're doing and saying, hey, I told you so. No, I hope that what we're doing here and what I'm doing here doesn't come across that way. I just hope to inspire you all to share what we're doing, but also to inspire you all to do the same in your own way. I encourage you all to start growing something. Do the best you can to grow something. And if you're not able to grow much or grow as much as you would like, nurture and build relationships with your local farmers and support them and their businesses. So I'm not trying to promote fear, but if the grocery stores are empty, go to them so that way you'll have a source of getting food for your family. Well, today we're going to continue on with working here on the farm at business as usual, still being busy. We have some fruit trees coming in the next, probably today or tomorrow, from Stark Brothers. And some berry bushes as well, and this will be the area up here that I've been clearing out these trees, so we need to finish getting this area set up for them to be ready to be planted. So I'm gonna have Lacie bust out her tractor skills again and bring in a fork to lift these up, some of these logs up, and take them over to an area that we're working on for storage and storing our wood, and I can work on cutting them up from there. So let's see if she's ready to go. All right. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Are you ready to bust out those tractor girl skills again and help me with moving some of these logs?
I guess so.
Red little.
We're working on puzzles.
Homeschool. A lot of people are homeschooling right now, but we're doing it as normal. Homeschooling as normal.
Daddy's going.
That's not your school. What's that? All right, I'm ready when you are.
Okay. I don't want a wet butt.
And why would you have one?
Well, it rained last night, and there is holes right here, and the seat is wet.
I knew that, but I don't know if everybody watching knew that or not. We do get some interesting things that you're like, man, I never really would even thought to say anything about that. So we're saying something about this.
So yes, I'm using a towel and plastic bags to keep my butt from getting soaked.
Lacie's taking the driveway to get to where we're going, and I'm just gonna walk on this side. We'll just meet up over there. Let's start with some of these. So far, so good. Just not sure with the width of some of the trees, what kind of spacing we have. This is one of the shorter ones, but it is one of the heavier ones. So I think we're okay. We just got to fit through here. I think she's got it though. Go up there. That went well. You went from the heaviest one to the longest one. So, woo, a little bit of balance in that going on there. I didn't think she was gonna make that, and I thought I might have to cut that with the chainsaw. But she's doing a great job. Focus, intensity. Carefully. Clear. She's doing it. She's doing it. She's so much better at driving those than I am. Woo, that was close. Woo, it almost hit that unit. And then right over the mixer that somebody said we're going to get rid of, which is 10 hours, by the way. I gotta give you a bump on that one. That was tough.
I told you
Man.
you didn't need to get the chainsaw.
Oh man, that was great. Great tractor driving. Oh man, just like life, when things start rolling a little bit, you think you're doing good, you're feeling good, and then bam, something happens. What happened here?
On the way back over here, I was like, well, that was pretty awesome putting that log over there, but don't get too cocky because something's going to happen.
Oh.
And what do you know, my forks came off.
Oh man.
It's okay though, I'll get it fixed.
All right, let's see if we can get it back on there. Oh man.
Is there a pin sticking down? Hold on.
Pin right here didn't get locked in the groove. Whenever somebody is running one of these machines, you want to make sure you stay far back. Don't get under it. Try not to get too close near it. Make sure that your driver can see you and you got good signals when you are here. So we are in there right now. So that shouldn't happen again. Well, this is the part of the video where I started getting to work and paying a little more attention instead of talking. So that's where the music began.
Funny how the story goes, little hope but bigger dreams. They try to bring a sucker down, singing louder than the crowd. Listen the rhythm, I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward, it's gonna save you. Never down low, not when we shine so bright. The sun is getting warmer. When we soar away among the clouds, the sky is just a border. Oh, when we're floating up like helium.
Alrighty, we're down for our last one for today. We got most of the big ones cut up. We're gonna burn some of these branches, is what I decided on doing. And should be able to have this part clear. There's still some other big logs way over there. I'm not sure if you can see my my chaps, but they're over there where my chaps are hanging. But this right here is the last one for today. Frustration there, a little aggravating. Some wood's been putting too close to the fence. Whoops, sorry. Lacie, if you're seeing this later, sorry about that. Of course I would put a challenging log in a challenging place. Excellent job. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you drive a tractor. Skid steer. Way to go. We did have a misunderstanding on the one tree. We didn't get it on camera, but she was having a little issues with balance with one of the cedar logs, and I was cutting off some of the branches, and then she was like, cut off another end to balance it, and I didn't.
No,
all I heard was cut more off. And I'm also thinking in my head, this is cedar. We're trying to save some cedar posts for some people. So I'm just gonna cut it off right at a point where it'll have a post out of this one branch, but I cut off too much and it threw off your balance. So, whoops.
No, what I was asking was for you to even up both of those two limbs that were sticking out the furthest, so I didn't have to maneuver quite as bad. So you just didn't hear me. We both had ear protection on, and the chainsaw was running, and the tractor was running. Well, let's just say I am so my father's daughter.
Yeah, I all I heard was very little, and what I heard was not what she said with having my ear protection on. So
And
sorry
I
about
wasn't
that.
happy when he cut
But-
the one off and it flipped and I had to put it down and pick it up 2 more times to get it balanced.
But the job got done. Way to go. Yeah, after I cut that piece and I saw your expression, I was like, I guess that's not what she meant.
It was not a happy face, I'll tell you that one.
But once again, we're done. Well, my original plan to start today was to get things done in the garden. However, after we got finished moving the logs around with Lacie earlier, my order came early from Stark Brothers, and super excited to see that order come. But it was just a little bit earlier than I was anticipating. So it looks like part of the order arrived. Super excited to see which ones we got so far. I'm gonna go ahead and do the honors of opening it up, see what we got.
Let's do it. Okay. Here we go. Woo! Oh, some of these are kind of upside down.
Uh-oh, I turn them right side up.
That's right. Oh, it looks like a blueberry.
Blueberries, yeah man, we love blueberries. So that is super exciting. Gotta get some
Okay.
blueberry plants, bushes of our own. They're called bushes, right?
Blueberry bushes.
Blueberry bushes.
That's what I've always called them anyway.
Another blueberry,
Looks like it.
another blueberry.
Okay, let's see what else. Oh, these look like our strawberry start.
Ooh, strawberries.
I think so.
Strawberries
pretty
are
sure.
my favorite.
Ozark Beauty Strawberry, Everbearing. Yes.
What are you- Hey Micah,
I done a 1.
you're gonna run.
You might want to put those
Whoa.
shoes on the right feet.
Still working getting his shoes on the correct feet.
Yeah.
Micah, what do you think about the plants we're getting here?
Here we go. I gotta dump this one out.
Oh, it's big.
Plants coming out everywhere.
That's the only way I can get it all out.
Plants coming out everywhere.
It's raining plants. Ah! Okay. I don't know what it is. Oh, here we go.
So what we got here?
A hardy kiwi. So I have
Ooh.
2 kiwis.
And I didn't know until recently that we can grow kiwi here, so excited about that too. All right, so what do we have in this box?
Trees, I do believe. Okay.
Oh, the kids love playing with boxes, so this will be a good box for them right here.
Here we go.
Whoa,
As
what we got here?
Liberty apple, semi-dwarf. A pristine apple, semi-dwarf. We have, a Colette pear. It's a dwarf tree as well. White gold, cream cherry. Oh, cherries. I love cherries. Then we have, red raspberry. And I have another raspberry too. Uh-oh. These are definitely not the thornless ones.
Got a thorn on it.
Well, they're little. They're prickly. I don't know if they have huge thorns, but they'll get you.
And now that our fruit trees and berry bushes are here, I was like, wow, I need to get to town on working on burning the brush to prep the area to get that stuff out of the way, so that way we can properly have the room to plant our trees in, which we're doing it right in here. And I just burned up a bunch of brush that was in here, and I made sure that I was going to do it safely. I've had a lot of experience with burning brush since we started homesteading, and actually when we started, before we built our yurt, there was a lot of brush and things that I had to burn up before we could build and set it up. So here's our pile here. It's dwindled down significantly, and before I did it, I made sure that the wind, it wasn't too windy, and we actually had a little bit of rain earlier this morning, so things were moist to keep to not let the fire get out of control. I also made sure not to make my pile too big to where the fire would just be too big and harder to manage, as well as I kept my water hose, my hose pipe as some people call it, right nearby, so that way I could add water, put things out if I needed to. So we have made progress. So I think we'll be planting those fruit trees in and the berry bushes in tomorrow. Still have a little bit more brush to go right here, so we'll try to get an early start with getting that going. But I do have a discount code. Check out the show notes below and you can get a discount on any of the trees from Stark Brothers. So make sure you check out that discount code below.
So I've taken everything out of the plastic bags that they came in, and I was reading on the Stark Brothers Getting Started page that we really need to go ahead and wet them down and make sure the soil is moist. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And this is all of my potted plants. Our blueberries and our kiwi. And these are blackberries down here. And then this is a cherry tree. I'm gonna go ahead and water that up real good too. So another thing that they said is these plants that are in pots, they need to be hardened off because they've all been greenhouse grown. So if you don't know what hardening off is you put them in the sun for, you know, several hours a day, and then put them in the in a shaded area, and the next day you put them in there in the sun for a few more hours, and you keep doing this until they get used to being out in full sun all day.
And that will help them acclimate to the environment. We also do that with our lettuce too, and a number of other plants that we take them from being in the greenhouse or in the grow room to being outside, help them get adjusted well.
And over here with the trees that were the bare roots, what I did was I went, and it comes with this paper, and they've dampened it to keep the roots damp. So I just went ahead and I dampened the roots and the paper and then covered it back up. You want to make sure no water is standing in there, because you don't want your roots standing in water, because it is going to promote root rot and then it's going to kill your trees. So you want to make sure they're damp, and whenever they send them, they're like ready to stick in the ground. So we need to get these in the ground within the next few days.
So right now what I was thinking is I was really going to town and trying to get that brush cleared up so we could plant those fruit trees tomorrow. So my plan is to start putting these babies in the ground tomorrow. And that will help them acclimate. And that will help them. And that will help them acclimate. Is that the right word?
Acclimate.
And that will help them acclimate to